Okay, I would like to go ahead and open and welcome everyone to our November 24th, 2025 school board meeting. We did meet earlier this evening for some closed session items and are returning from recess now. So I'm going to go ahead and start with a moment of silence. Okay, and this evening for our Pledge of Allegiance, I would like to invite Jacob Myers down. And then could everyone please rise?
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. You may be seated. Dr. Shiflett, Chair Horst, and members of the board, my name is Jacob Myers, and I am currently serving as the chapter president for Elkton Middle School School Family, Career, and Community Leaders of America, or FCCLA. On behalf of our officer team, members, and advisors, we would like to welcome you to our school tonight. We considered it an honor to prepare dinner for you all tonight. FCCLA is the only student organization that has family as the central focus. We not only teach students to strengthen their families, but also teach them how to serve and improve their communities and develop career and leadership skills. FCCLA has over 200,000 members across the nation, serving and learning how to develop our nation into a better place to live. FCCLA is the ultimate leadership experience. The Elkton Middle School FCCLA chapter would like to thank Dr. Shiflett and the members of the school board for supporting our adventures as we are #connected with FCCLA this year. This past summer, 7 Elkton Middle School chapter FCCLA members had the opportunity to travel to Orlando, Florida for the National FCCLA Leadership Conference. 5 students placed in the top 10 in their national and their competitive events, including personal finance, professional presentation, Red Talks, and chapter website design. This fall, we had the opportunity to travel to the State Fair of Virginia for FCCLA Day, Liberty and Bridgewater Colleges for FCCLA College Days, and the Rockingham County Fairgrounds for the FCCLA Fall Rallies. Last week, I had the opportunity to travel to Washington, D.C. for Capital Leadership Conference. While there, I was able to network with other FCCLA members from across the country, meet with lawmakers to discuss policies affecting career and technical education, and attend the wreath-laying ceremony at Arlington National Cemetery. I brought valuable leadership skills back to Elkton Middle School to use to improve the chapter. The Elkton Middle School FCCLA chapter will participate in our annual community service activity on December 24th by serving a spaghetti dinner to those in need in our community. Last year, we served around 140 people. Again, welcome to Elkton Middle School, and thank you for continuing the support.
Thank you very much, Jacob. And thank you to FCCLA here at Elkton Middle School for feeding us tonight. This is always one of my favorite dinners because everything is so good. And I'm always embarrassed by how much I eat, but it is worth it. We all went for seconds, at least. Okay, next on our agenda are comments from the public. And Mr. Zimmerman, you are up.
Good evening, Dr. Shiflett, Chair Horst, and members of the school board. My name is Nicholas Zimmerman, and I'm currently one of two family and consumer sciences teachers here at Elkton Middle School, as well as FCCLA advisors. I would like to echo what our chapter president, Jacob, said in welcoming you to our school and thanking you for the work that you do for family and consumer sciences and career and technical education. I come to you this evening to speak regarding item 6A on the agenda and to bring your awareness to something that is important to me as an educator that values equitable opportunities for all students across all CTE areas in middle school. In the proposed program of studies for next school year, at the middle school level, family and consumer sciences will be, to my knowledge, the only CTE area that will not have a high school level credit class for 8th grade students next school year. When I inquired administratively about the reasoning behind this, I was informed that we did not need to add another class to the middle school elective class offerings next year. I encourage you to reevaluate your decision regarding this for upcoming school years, understanding the implications that it has on our students currently and for years to come. And also to be able to provide equitable justification and look at how this affects students and staff members who start sequential classes in 8th grade. All CTE areas should have the opportunity for a high school level class in the 8th grade, or no CTE classes should provide an opportunity for students to receive high school level credit in the 8th grade. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Mr. Zimmerman. Okay, moving on is our consent agenda. Do I have a motion?
So moved.
Do I have a second?
Second?
Any discussion? Oh, I'm sorry. Consent agenda, okay. All in favor say yes. I'm sorry, moving on really quickly here tonight.
Yes. Yes.
Yes? Any opposed? Okay, motion passes 4-0. All right, this brings us to our action items. Dr. Emily Holloway is up first for our high school course offerings for year 26-27.
Vice Chair Burgoyne, Dr. Shiflett, members of the board. I was before you at your last meeting, as you are aware, on November the 10th to present the program of studies and the changes reflected in that, specifically highlighting the high school courses related to the UCGS, the lab school, and then our dual enrollment and concurrent offerings. I am here tonight to ask for your approval of the presented 2026-27 program of studies.
Vice Chair Burgoyne and board members, I recommend approval of the high school course offerings for the 26-27 school year as presented by Emily Holloway, Supervisor Support Services.
Thank you, Dr. Shiflett. Do I have a motion from the board?
I move we follow the superintendent's recommendation.
Do I have a second?
Second.
Thank you, Mrs. Cave. Any discussion from the board members?
So regarding what Mr. Zimmerman just said, I'm looking at the course of studies. And I thought that our push was kind of to start moving away from offering high school classes in 8th grade. And I'm also looking, and of course, I'm very familiar with ag, so I'm looking at ag, and I'm not seeing an ag. Do we have other CTE programs available in the 8th grade for high school credit?
Do you want me to answer that, Dr. Shiflett? We do. We have a high school credit offering. The ag class that you are talking about, they call it Farm to Plate, and it is taught with the FCS teacher, but it is an ag high school credit. They receive middle school credit for FCS, but a high school credit for ag. But tech ed, and ITF, all CTE classes in 8th grade in next year's program of studies does include a high school credit, not counting FCS.
But FCS has the farm to plate, and we are planning on keeping the farm to plate class, not only next year, but moving forward, and,
Yes, ma'am.
okay.
I think, just to clarify, it's not an FCS
Yeah.
credit, it's an ag credit of the landing for the program of studies credit in 8th grade, but it's a high school credit, yes.
Is there any other, as Mr. Zimmerman said, is every CTE course except for FCCLA given an opportunity to earn high school credits, and that's the only one that's being left out?
Reflective in this program of studies, that is correct.
Okay.
That would require some work on aligning curriculum to be able to do that and combine it. And right now, it falls under the ag course sched code for a high school credit.
Okay.
We don't offer business classes, though, so like DECA classes, we don't have one of those in 8th grade, do we?
ITF.
Use more words,
Um,
sorry.
Okay, you're gonna make me say this out. Oh, it is.
You can-
the-
you
it
can-
is
you
the
don't have to use
business
the-
8th grade.
It's
It is,
business 8th
yes.
grade.
It
Okay,
is
so
under
are-
the business department.
Are you referencing the information technology fundamentals?
Yes. And that
So-
is a high school credit in the business.
So
Are we
is
doing
that in the
that still?
business or the technology?
So that is, it falls under the business of ITF, like keyboarding in 6th grade. And so in 8th grade, it is the business fundamentals. And that still is under the career and technical ed. It's not the tech ed class. It is but it is under career and technical education.
So what is the high school offering that we have for tech ed?
It's a design, it's in the program of studies. I'm sorry, Dr. Shiflett, I
that's
did
fine.
not bring that before me tonight. To
Technical drawing and
reference.
design?
Yes,
Okay,
sir.
all right. I just wanted to get a sense of where there's gaps, and from what I hear you saying, that it's FCS is the course that's not earning a high school credit currently in the program of studies.
Currently, yes.
But to do that, we're going to have to work on some curriculum alignment to make that happen in the
We
future.
would have to work on which course of the FCS program that we would want to bring into that. And would that be a high school credit for the farm to plate? Would it align and then they choose, or would it be a separate course? And so it would take a lot further discussion. And to my understanding from attending the middle school principal meeting where this was discussed, and in further conversation with Carrie Gray, either could happen, but for this year, that would want to be a conversation also with FCS teachers because of the current schedule and, you know, the caseload that they're teaching. It would potentially pull students from other FCS classes while providing them, yes, it would provide them the pathway in FCS, but we would want to have some conversations and insight and buy-in from the FCS teachers as well, and communication regarding would we want that to be the farm to plate or a separate course not aligned, where they would choose which credit they would receive, because they would not be receiving 2 high school credits for 1 class.
So we could pass this and then have conversations further about this one course, right?
So if passing this tonight would pass this in approval for the
For
next school
26,
year.
27.
Right,
okay.
and,
Mhm.
and we could begin discussions for the following school year for that, but in working to make that happen, a lot would go into that prior to the scheduling season, which starts in January. And it would, you know, with the breaks and all, I would not want to misspeak and make that sound possible to have all of those discussions and happen for this current program of studies to have an amendment, if that makes sense.
Dr. Shiflett, is that too much to make happen for the 26-27 year if it's something we wanted to talk about?
Yeah, I think we
It's
would
too
want to be
much too
very
soon.
thoughtful about the process and,
Okay.
and looking at this. And so I think for this year, I would recommend staying the course. Also want to just remind the school board, so for a student to graduate from Rockingham County Public Schools, and a standard diploma requires 22 credits, advanced is 26. In high school alone, from freshman year to senior year, students have an opportunity for 32 credit hours. So there's more than enough opportunities for students to get the credits they need for graduation. And what we have noticed over the past several years is we have lots of students who the only thing they need to complete for their senior year to graduate is English 12 and U.S. and Virginia government. And we see a lot of those students taking those courses over the summer and graduating early. And we're happy for them if they have a plan to move forward and to, begin their career or move on to college or continue their trade school education. But also just want to be mindful, the more courses we put in middle school for high school credits, these students will be graduating perhaps a year early from Rockingham County Public Schools. And that means many of them will be 17 years old. So just something to keep in the back of your mind when we're looking at 8th grade, but also let's think about the other side of this when they're seniors.
And if we make a credit, like the farm to plate class,
Yes, ma'am.
we don't offer the farm to plate class at the high school level.
Correct.
So if
So
we
we-
offer something FCCLA,
FCS?
thank you. If we offer something there, then it's something that we kind of have to take away from the high school, that curriculum,
Yes,
right?
ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
So it's not
Right,
super simple.
And this program of studies, we really did clean up some of that to where there are grade levels attached with the courses, and so that there are no repeated courses, even in course names, even if the course number was changed, we tried to clean up the course names as well. So there's no repeat option in high school for what they take in middle school.
Anything further from the board? Okay, so we do have a motion to approve the high school offerings for 26-27 as presented. All those in favor, please say yes. Yes?
Yes.
All opposed, say no. Motion passes 4-0. Thank you, Dr. Holloway. Appreciate it.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Next up, we have Mr. Steve Reed with the McGaheysville Elementary addition and renovation.
Vice Chair Burgoyne, sorry. Dr. Shiflett, members of the board, before I start with this recommendation, I put at your all's seats this evening a letter of recommendation from our architect about this bid recommendation also. It's just additional information that came from the architect. With that said, the bid for the addition renovation at McGaheysville Elementary was properly specified and advertised. We had two firms submit sealed bids. Our recommendation is to award the contract to the low bidder, Lance Construction Company of Broadway, in the amount of $15,589,000. That will make the total project budget for the project at $18 million.
Vice Chair Burgoyne and school board members, I recommend awarding the bid to Lance Construction per the recommendation of Mr. Steve Reed, Director of Maintenance.
Thank you, Dr. Shiflett. Board members, do I have a motion?
I move we follow the superintendent's recommendation.
Second.
Thank you. Any discussion?
I have a question that's off topic from the bid, so it's okay if you don't know the answer, and it's totally random. Do you know if this renovation includes a new gate around the bigger playground, because we are extending the parking lot up school and closer that way? And I know that's random. I
I
apologize.
do not believe there is a gate at the bigger playground in this project. However, it's been a budget request of McGaheysville Elementary that we've kind of said, let's put on hold till we get done with this addition because it's going to be in the way as we do the addition.
Okay.
So it's something that's being asked for, that's on the radar. It's just, it's not part of this
Okay,
of this
so
number.
then I guess I just want to say to Mr. Baker to keep it on your budget requests. And we'll make sure
Absolutely,
that
yep.
happens.
So for clarification, we are approving the low bid tonight, but or that's what the recommendation is currently. But the total budget is higher than the low bid. Can you explain that a little bit
Yeah,
better?
so we have things that we handle outside of the scope of the general contractor's contract, such as the hazardous material abatement. We handle the cabling of the building. We handle all of the kitchen equipment, paper towel dispensers, soap dispensers, fire extinguishers, blinds in the classrooms. We handle all of that stuff outside of the scope of the general contractor. Is a money savings thing, basically. It also, the 18 million includes then the design fees.
So will we bid on some, or will we vote on some of those separately at some point? if they
Yeah,
exceed-
as a matter of fact, in the last two meetings, we brought the cabling bid and we brought the asbestos abatement bid for your all's approval, I think the last two meetings.
Thank you.
Okay, board, we have a motion to approve, I'm in the wrong space. We have a motion on the floor to approve Dr. Shiflett's recommendation. All those in favor, please say yes.
Yes.
Yes. All those opposed, say no. Motion passes 4-0. Thank you, Mr. Reed, and you have the next agenda item as well.
Right, before I start that, I want to bring up Shannon Clem. He worked on this bid with us, and he is scheduling all the delivery of the copy paper, so I asked him to be here with us tonight. With that said, the bid for the copy paper was specified and advertised. We had 9 suppliers were sent bid packages. We had 6 suppliers respond to sealed bids as followed. One of them submitted an alternate that did not meet spec, and that was because of the brightness of the paper and the ability of that paper to lose what brightness it had if it was left outside in the light. So our recommendation is to award the contract in the amount of $93,273.60 to W.B. Mason of Columbia, Maryland. We have used their paper in the past. We had good luck with that. Last year's cost was $28.44 per carton, and that was from Liberty Paper. So as you can see, the prices went down not quite $1.
Vice Chair Burgoyne and school board members, I would like to recommend to award the bid for the copy payer to the lowest bidder as presented by Steve Reed, Director of Maintenance, and Shannon Clem, Lead Mechanic, and that award would go to W.B. Mason.
So moved.
Thank you, Ms. Cave. Second. Thank you. Yep, I like this. Any discussion, board members?
So just to be crystal clear, the one that didn't meet spec, you don't recommend it because of the lower quality or the lower brightness of the paper?
Because they did not submit a product that we specified. That's the real reason. They didn't, it would, if we would accept their bid, then we would accept any bid for anything, and it would, our specifications would have no meaning.
Okay. But we don't want to rebid it or anything. We're
No.
just making
Right,
sure.
right. We specified everything because of history and in what we found is the product that's acceptable for everybody.
Thank you.
All right, we've got a motion to approve W.B. Mason, I believe. All right, all in favor, please say yes, board members?
Yes.
All opposed, say no. Motion passes 4-0. Thank you very much. And now for information items, we have Dr. Amy Painter with some policy revisions.
Good evening, Vice Chair Burgoyne, School Board, Dr. Shiflett. I have 3 different policies up for tonight. The first 2 are revisions of existing policies. The first one It's about support staff employment status. It adds a sentence about all support staff positions have a 90-day probationary period. And then employees who've successfully completed the probationary period for one position will serve another probationary period if they move to another position. And that's for our support staff personnel only, such as classified employees. The second policy, GBMA, goes along with that same group of employees. It just defines the classified employees and specifies what the other policy had about that they've completed a required probationary period as provided in that policy, GDB2. A question about either one of those before I go to a totally different type of policy.
So what does it entail for the probationary period? So if they would move from like custodian at Elkton to custodian at East Rock, they'd go under a probationary period again?
Yes, ma'am.
And then does that include that they also don't have health insurance for that
This
period?
has nothing to do with benefits. This has
It's
to
not
do with
benefit-wise, okay,
employment and the grievance procedures.
okay, thank you.
Our third policy for tonight, it's nothing new. It was an administrative directive, but we're moving it to be a policy, JHCCB. It's procedure for head lice control. And the administrative directive, the difference between the two is numbers 7, 8, and 9 on the new proposed policy. That's the differences between the two. It has to do with the principal determines notice to other parents about when they're allowed to return to school, and then what happens if it's persistent or recurring infections. So we've had this policy, it's just being, as a directive, it's been turned into a policy. Any questions?
Board members? Okay. Nope, I'm good. Mr. Cross, do you have any questions? Good to go? Okay, thank you very much. All right, moving right along, we have, let's see, we have two sheets in your packet for the Finance Department staff report and financial review for October 2025. And next up, we have our superintendent update.
Thank you, Chair Burgoyne. I first would like to say thanks to the Elkton admin team for hosting our meeting this evening, and also shout out to the FCCLA Club for providing our delicious dinner. I had the opportunity to attend the Legislators Breakfast on Wednesday, November the 19th. This event was hosted by Shenandoah Public Schools. Chair Hurst was there, Mrs. Kay, Mrs. Lohr was also in attendance, and as well, State Senators Obenchain and French and Delegate Tony Wilt. And this provided us a forum to thank them for their support of public education, and I was able to do so at that meeting, and also gave us an opportunity to advocate for their continued support. So I just wanted to share about that, you know, we continue to advocate for our school division. Also, I'm looking forward to some upcoming musicals. Typically this is a spring event, but Montevideo is doing Elf Jr. this winter. And Spotswood is also, I think, performing, is it Frozen? So, and they have been doing two musicals over the last several years. And then finally, the perfect attendance for employees winner in October. So for the month of October, the employee who won the perfect attendance was Mrs. Debbie Nazaro Bortz, and she drives bus number 99 for Pence and TA, and so I will be driving her route for her tomorrow morning. And this is very interesting. So she had perfect attendance for the month of October, which made her eligible for the drawing. But I scheduled a time last week to ride with her so I could get a sense of what her route was like and how many turnarounds and whatnot. And she told me I am the first substitute she's ever had. She's been with us almost 4 years, and she's yet to miss a day. And so I'm her first substitute, and I think she trusts that I will do a good job. She asked me when I got on the bus with her, I think it was last Thursday morning, she said, "Have you ever driven a bus?" And I said, "Actually, I have a few times, not many, but her route is out beyond Audubon, out in, Spring Creek area, out around Clover Hill." And so there's 3 turnabouts that I'm a little worried about, but I think I can manage it and get the kids safely to school and then hopefully get them safely home tomorrow afternoon. So that's what I'm going to be doing. So please do not call me between the hours of 6 and 8:30 and between 3 and 4:30. Thank you. Thank you.
Has she warned her students?
Yes, absolutely. She gave them warning, and they were very receptive to me that morning on the bus, so it was really good. And last thing I do want to say is Happy Thanksgiving to everyone.
Thank you, Dr. Shiflett. All right, now for board highlights, comments, questions. Mrs. Cave, would you like to start?
Sure. Hey, I just want to back up just a second on this finance department staff report, Dr. Shiflett. So I see two here, replacement glass and the copy paper, and we did the copy paper tonight. We did not do the replacement glass. And that was due on the 20th? Is it next time? Okay.
Yeah, I think they were due, the bids were due on the 20th, and so they'll be at the next board meeting.
Okay, all right. And Dr. Shiflett stole all my highlights, so anyways, that's all I had to say. No, I'm just kidding. He really did, but I wanted to add to what he said because he won't brag on himself. Dr. Shiflett always does really well advocating for our school division when we go to these things, and he did last year. When we went, I think you and I went, right, Miss Laura, to the Take Your Legislator to School, right? Yeah, we went last year, and he just always does a really good job for us. So we're blessed in that. Thank you, Dr. Shiflett. And yep, I was going to talk about the winter musicals as well. So it seems that everything is happening on the same weekend in December, so I intend to get to as much stuff as I can. But anyways, thank you, everyone, for all you do. Oh, and Dr. Johnson, thank you for the job that you're doing here. Administrative principals or assistant principals, thank you all. I hear all good reports. I really do. Even in the complaints, it's not really ever about the administration. So appreciate all you do. I know it's hard work. And thank you for the meal tonight. And my favorite part was the sparkles on the Hershey Kisses. But anyways, all right, thank you.
So yeah, Dr. Shiflett took some of the things, but I will tell you, when you're driving a bus, not that I do routes, because routes are hard, and thanks to all of our school bus drivers, because routes are hard. Not only do you have to get up early and be there on time and be on a schedule, but the turnarounds are hard, and stopping and making sure you have all the kids. We're really particular. We want all the kids, Dr. Shiflett. You have to pick them all up. Not most. But when you do back up, you have all those little eyeballs that can help you back up. So I'm always like, hey, everybody, we're all backing up the bus now. So that's pro tip for you. But, and I used that pro tip when I took the science club to John Paul Jones Arena 2 weeks ago to see Neil deGrasse Tyson speak. And that was super fun and super cool. So thanks to them for inviting me to take them, and that was a great experience. And I'm looking forward to, I was so excited, thank you for hosting and having your FCCLA students make our meal. I mean, like, we are all stuffed. We are starting the week of eating well. So, but I will be driving those students to Virginia Beach this spring. So it was nice to get to, like, see a couple of them and get to start knowing them. So, but as always, thank you so much for your hospitality. And everyone, please have a wonderful Thanksgiving and try to spend some downtime with your family. Thank you.
Okay, I will close it out. We're going to practice saying Burgoyne as a group here. I'm just kidding. It's so funny how people say my last name, and I can tell everyone struggles with it. So I apologize. I'll apologize for my husband. I'm just joking. Right, I know. I like when people try to say it real fancy. Anyway, thank you again to the FCCLA team here for providing dinner. It was amazing. One of my highlights was I went to Thanksgiving Thursday at my kids' school, and the food was amazing. I feel so bad. The cafeteria staff there was, I asked them if they were over it. They said they had been over it since Monday. It's a lot of planning. I think, what did I tell you, 475? 475 meals served, and parents, grandparents came out and they decorated the cafeteria, and it was just really nice to be with your family, but also in the Linville community. And Dr. Shiflett showed up, and I noticed that our principal needed a break, so I am always willing to volunteer him for things. So he jumped right in there and started serving lunch, which was great. But that is absolutely the kind of person Dr. Shiflett is. Thank you again to Elkton Middle School for having us and hosting us. It's always a good time here. And I will tell you, I usually dread getting messages saying, hey, I've got to talk to you about a school. But I have gotten nothing but positive messages about Elkton Middle School. And I like to forward them to Dr. Johnson. Say, I got another one. So it's always good, positive things coming out of here. So thank you for that. And yeah, that will close our meeting. I hope everyone has a happy Thanksgiving and safe travels to anybody who is traveling. I'm thankful to be staying home this year. So thank you all for coming out, and you all have a safe trip home.